Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Here are some tips for using Wikipedia on your Mac. MACMOST is brought to you thanks to a great group of more than 2,000 supporters. Go to MACMOST.com/Patreon. There you could read more about it, join us, and get exclusive content and course discounts. Now, if you're like me and end up going to Wikipedia a lot, either for doing research or maybe just because we're curious about the world, then here are some useful tips for getting the most out of it. First, you don't have to use a web browser to look up information on Wikipedia. In fact, on your Mac, you can do it with the Dictionary app. In the Dictionary app, look at the top and see if you have Wikipedia listed there. If you don't, go to Dictionary Settings and then make sure Wikipedia is turned on. Now, instead of searching the dictionary for something and maybe only getting a little bit of information about it, you can search Wikipedia instead, and you can get a list of all of the search results that are found, and then you can also look at the entire Wikipedia entry right here in the Dictionary app without having to use any browser at all. If you use all here and you do a search, you'll find your dictionary definition, thesaurus, and other things all mixed in here, so it's easy to switch around and go to the entry you need. Now, you'll also find this in Spotlight. If you use Command Space to bring up Spotlight and do a search, you'll probably find under Siri Knowledge the Wikipedia entry for that topic. If you select it and then press Return, you actually look at a summary of the Wikipedia entry right here in Spotlight. And you can also click the Wikipedia link and then jump in your web browser to that page. If you don't see Siri Knowledge and Wikipedia entry showing up, go to System Settings and then look for Siri and Spotlight. And then you're going to see a list here for Spotlight search results. Make sure you have Siri suggestions turned on. This will also apply to searches in Safari. So if you search for something in Safari like that, you'll see Siri Knowledge sometimes appear, a quick summary of it, and you can click in here to go straight to the Wikipedia page. But there are other ways to search Wikipedia. If you're already at the site, of course you can use the search bar at the top, but you can also use something called a quick website search. The way that works is you simply type Wikipedia and then space and then the topic that you want to look up, like this. Then you'll still see things like Siri suggested websites and all, but look for search and then wikipedia.org, and then you'll find some pages you can go to right away, right there. Now, the way that works is you have to have gone to the website first. So make sure you've been to wikipedia.org at least once, and then go to Safari Settings, and then under Search, look for Enable Quick Website Search. Make sure that's turned on. Go to Manage Websites, and you should see Wikipedia listed there. And when it is, you can search directly to Wikipedia by just typing Wikipedia space and then whatever term you want. And what that actually does is execute the same command that happens when you use the search box at the top of Wikipedia, but you don't have to be at wikipedia.org to begin with to do the search. Now, once you're on a Wikipedia page or any page on the internet, you can search on that page. For instance, if you wanted to find out how Siri's got its name, you can read this page, but maybe you can just search for the word name in here. If you do Command F, which is a shortcut for edit, and then find, and then the find command here, you get this little box at the top and you can search for name. You can see how many matches there are and you can go through them. So I can quickly look for a part of the page here that has that word in it. This is a useful technique anywhere, but particularly useful when looking at a long Wikipedia page and you just want the answer to one question. Now, they have the ability to change the appearance of what you see here on a Wikipedia page. Of course, you can use Safari's built-in tools for that. Under View, you can use Zoom In and Zoom Out, or Command Plus, Command Minus to make the text bigger. Also note that you can hold the Option key down and these change to make text bigger, make text smaller, so it won't change images and other graphics. But you can also click this button here at the top. Looks like a glasses symbol there. And then you have a set of appearance controls. So you can set it to small text, standard, or larger text. You change the width and you can change the color. Go to dark mode, for instance, or have it automatic to match whatever mode your Mac is in. You can also move this to the sidebar and then it'll just stay here on the right. Now, one thing that some people find annoying when you're at Wikipedia is if you move your pointer over a link, it brings up a little summary of that page. So as you read, you're constantly getting these little previews. This could be hard if you're using your pointer to actually help yourself read or remember where you are on a page. But notice in any of these, you got this little settings button here. Click that and you can turn off page previews. And now you can move over links and you won't be annoyed by those. Now, Wikipedia is great for looking up encyclopedic information about any topic, but you also can use it to keep up with current events. If you go to the menu over here, there's a page for current events, and this lists pages that have to do with things happening right now. So you can search for a news story happening and see the Wikipedia entry on that and go back to it as the story evolves. So for instance, I can go to this page here and read about this story here, and it's ad-free and relatively without bias since it's being written and edited by lots of different people around the world. So it's mostly just factual information that makes it to the page and stays there. Another thing to look for is the languages menu here. If you click on that, you can see what other languages this page is available in. As you would expect, this page has a Portuguese version. Now on Wikipedia, it's not just straight translation from one language to another. Sometimes a page in a different language can be a completely different page with different writers. A page like this may actually have more information in a different language than English. So you can switch to a different language. If you know that language, great. But otherwise, you could always select text here and then control-click, two-finger click on a trackpad, right-click on a mouse, and use Safari's built-in translation to get a translation and sometimes get more information than what's in the English article. You also may be curious about the evolution of an article. Since there's different writers and editors working on it all the time, you can actually see a history. And that could be useful for any entry, but in particular with the current events article. You can go to View History here and see the history and see what's being added. So for instance, at this page, when I'm viewing it, it's being updated constantly. If I go to View History, I can actually see those updates in real time and see which new medal winners have just been added. Also, if you're interested in reading more about a topic, but maybe want to break out of reading just an encyclopedia entry from Wikipedia, go all the way to the bottom, and that's where you'll find the references. And the references usually include some very interesting articles on the topic. Sometimes you can spot the reference link in the body, but you can always go to the bottom here to actually see the articles themselves and jump right to them. You can also find some really cool things under the Tools menu here. Click on that, and the first one is what links here. So if you find a topic interesting, click on that, and you're going to get a list of other articles that link to the one you were just reading. And you may find some more interesting reading there. Also, if you want to send a link or use a link somewhere in what you're working on, if you go to Tools, there is the ability to get a shortened URL. Instead of using somebody else's URL shortener, you're actually using Wikipedia's one. So you can copy this very short URL that goes right to this page. There's also the ability to download a QR code if you want. Now, if you want to send a link to somebody but link to a specific part of an article, you can. But you can't do it in Safari, unfortunately. But it does work in Chrome. So if you happen to have that on your Mac as, say, a backup browser, you can use that. So I can highlight that same text right here. And if I control-click it, two-finger click on a trackpad, or right-click on a mouse, I can copy the link to highlight. And when I do, I get a link that will go directly to this piece of text. The great thing is, while you can't make the link in Safari, you can certainly use the link in Safari. So for instance, somebody were to click it, they would get something that looks like this, which is the link to the article, and then it includes the text that it's going to jump to. If you use it, it jumps right to that bit of text, and you can see how it highlighted that text right there, so you can't miss it. Now, if you want to create a PDF from a Wikipedia page, you may be tempted to go to File and then Export as PDF in Safari, or go to Print and then use the PDF button there. You may even want to go to Reader View first before doing that, although that may leave out important parts of the page. But you can do this natively in Wikipedia, no matter what browser you're in. If you use the Tools menu here, one of the options is to download as PDF. And then you get a download link, click on that, and it will make and download a special PDF that looks good. Wikipedia also has this hidden functionality where you can create a book from many different articles and then send it off to be printed and then mailed to you. So what you want to do is go to Wikipedia and search for help:"books. And this will go to the Wikipedia help page for books. There's a how-to here further down the page where there's a link to Book Creator. Go to that and start Book Creator with that button there. Now you can go anywhere you want in Wikipedia. So I'll start at this page here, and you have this toolbar at the top. You can click Add this page to your book, and then it's added. And then you can go to another page and add this page to your book. And you can continue to go to different pages and add different things to your book like that. So I've added 4 different articles here. And I could show the book, and you can get it printed if you want, like this. And then you can preview it. There is no way to print them all as a PDF, but you can use this as just a way to save pages that you want to go back to later. You can see each one of these sections has a link, and I can jump right to that article. Now, there are even more options available if you have an account. An account is usually created by somebody that would be writing or editing articles, but you don't need to use it for that. You can just have an account so you can have some preferences set for how you view Wikipedia. So you can use the Create Account link at the top here. If you already have an account, you can log in. Once you're logged in, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can click on this icon up here on the top right, and you can go to Preferences. And there are a ton of different preferences, like for instance, for appearance, there are some skins that you can set and a variety of other things like date format and stuff like that. You can go and add things to a watch list so you can easily get back to them. You can set some search preferences. You can go to gadgets, and there's some more things that you can experiment with here. So there's a lot you can do once you have an account, which is totally free and you're not obligated to actually contribute. And one last tip, if you really do just enjoy going to Wikipedia just to read about things, you may want to check out in the menu here the ability to go to a random article. Just select that and we'll go to a completely random article that you can read about. And even if that's not to your liking, you may find that some of the links from that article go to something interesting. So I hope you found these tips useful. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know. I publish new tutorials each weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out.